Only on Way 31, adding another layer of protection for domestic violence survivors in Tennessee. If signed into law, the Debbie and Marie Domestic Violence Protection Act will require suspects in DV cases to wear a GPS monitor if they're released on bond.
It's named in honor of Debbie Sisko and Marie Varsos, a mother and daughter who were killed by Marie's estranged husband in 2021.
Way 31 reporter Maddie McCaffrey joins us live in the studio now. Maddie, their loved one advocating for this law is a big reason why it passed.
It is, Dana Nickel, and Alex Yon tragically lost his mom and sister just over 3 years ago. A month before their deaths, Marie's estranged husband received bond for a domestic violence charge. He allegedly strangled her before holding her captive. And Alex says he truly believes that if this act was in place back then, that his mother and sister would still be alive.
My brother-in-law waited outside my mother's house, for my sister to head to work. And my sister was able to sort of see him out of the corner of her eye and went back into the house, secured a firearm. And unfortunately, my mother and sister were both eventually forced outside of the house just outpowered, so to speak. And I think that if my sister had even a few more seconds to know that he was outside waiting, that she could have armed herself faster. She could have notified law enforcement.
Alex says his sister did everything right. She pressed charges and had a safe place to live, but her story still ended in tragedy. Alex says he's worked to take his pain and grief and turn it into help for countless victims of domestic violence.
With this and the use of technology and informing victims that we will save lives.
Support organizations for domestic violence survivors in Tennessee say they are hopeful that the law will save lives.
Up till now, the abusers have had the upper hand. They've had access to a lot of technological tools to stalk and basically harass their victims. This gives the victims a tool to help them. It adds such a great layer of safety.
As for Alex, his fight to help others is just getting started. He says he hopes states across the country will follow suit.
And I guarantee you that this time next year, the homicide rates of domestic violence victims will have gone down just simply by this law. And so I'm hopeful that other states will be able to sort of take this example and make sure that others don't have to experience this.
And right now, the Debbie and Marie Domestic Violence Protection Act is awaiting a signature from Tennessee's governor. If he signs it, it will go into effect on July 1st. And Alex tells me that he knows that his mom and sister would be so proud of the work that he put in to get this act passed. I'm live in studio with coverage you can count on. Maddie McCaffrey, Way 31 News.